Okie dokie.
There we go. That actually deals a lot with our bean collecting, but we do have to do a little bit of backtracking. There really isn't too much of interest in Stardust Field, at least not to my knowledge. But there is a hidden bean here, in this cave.
Because everyone's gonna go looking for it right there. It's like...
You can't blame me for the vast majority of these bean placements. I always thought the Who beans were... Oh gosh, this one was really annoying for me too, I don't know why. But I always thought the Who bean blocks were kind of esoterically placed. But the Chuckle beans in this game, ones like that weren't hidden under very clearly marked X's. It's like, who would think to go there? I did not know about them until I made this hack. There's actually an area in the game's code where you can see where all the item block and bean locations are, and it's like, I had no idea that most of these Chuckle beans existed beforehand. Also, it still bugs me that you missed a Who bean, way back in the Bean outskirts.
Oh, I apologize. We're playing minigames now. I might not have ever gotten it. Do you remember the border jump?
How could we forget the border jump?
Well, how could you forget the border jump? So yeah, the game does have more difficulty levels, and of course, with each increasing difficulty level, it is more difficult. And I have to be completely honest, even though I have completed each border jump minigame, I'm still not very good at it.
No, it's really, no matter how good your reaction time is, some of these movements are just evil.
I think this game is way easier to play if you do actually have two different people controlling Mario and Luigi independently.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, that's why this game was so fun to play on the Game Boy Player with two GameCube controllers.
Ah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
My siblings and I would always control the rows separately in games like this.
As a general game minor complaint, when you put Luigi in the front, he becomes the A button and Mario becomes the B button. And given that this game's dynamic is, hey, one button controls one bro and the other button controls the other bros, that just is a very minor nuisance to me.
Yeah, that's weird they did that.
I mean, it is a little bit convenient that the same button always makes the front bro jump, but I would have just preferred if they would have been all out, Luigi's always B, Mario's always A. So now we're on level 3 of the border jump, and you can just kind of see, yes, they do get way more wacky with these jump rope patterns. And there was a jump cut there because I did fail this a couple of times beforehand. Indeed. There we go. But we're not quite done yet, because there is actually one last level we have to do.
I always liked how the flagpole in the background gave you more points for the more lives you had left at the end.
I actually never knew that. So here's the idea actually behind the minigame, is even though I'm doing each level, you can come back and play the minigame whenever you want for more he-beans. The thing is, the more difficulty you choose just determines how many he-beans you get. So if you really suck at the border jump, but you can do level 1 perfectly, you can just keep doing level 1 and you keep getting one he-bean each time. So, but if you want more he-beans, you play the higher difficulties.
For whatever reason, I always found this one the easiest of the three, non-first ones. This is the only really difficult part here.
That really messes you up until you just realize to just jump with Mario and Luigi at the same time. I think 10 of my failures are because I didn't know to jump with Mario and Luigi at the same time when they spin around. But there we go. The last one actually I think is called Super Border Jump Sunshine or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know if you show it off here, but if you go back and choose not to play any of the levels, they'll ask you if you want to play all 4 of them in sequence.
Oh wow, I've never done that. Do you get super extra beans for that?
I think you only get set. Well, yeah, here you go.
The complete border jump.
Yeah, it's really difficult, and you only get 7 beans from it. I think you get 9 if you do it perfectly. But it's more worth it just to do the last level over and over again.
Oh, without a doubt. So here's, as JD Aster mentioned in his video, the worst minigame in the game. I actually went, yeah, this is a pretty terrible minigame, so every run of the minigame I'm showing here is in 2 times fast forward.
Also, you
But it's
missed
just
another...
like Donkey Kong Country, except like 2 times the ridiculousness.
You missed another Who Bean at the entrance. Although, to be fair, I added that one. It was a ridiculously hard to find Chuckle Bean beforehand.
So what made you decide what to change and what to leave? Like, as we've seen, some of the other beans that Miles has got have been pretty ridiculous, so...
Yeah,
what
I
made
wanted
you
to make it
move
like
some and not
really,
others?
really challenging for you to be able to get the there's one item you need to have all 7 of the Star Beans Cafe items for later, because only the last one will let you get that item. And I wanted to make it like really difficult to actually be able to get that item, so I made it so that you could get exactly as many Who Beans as you need before that point, plus 1, I think, because there's one you can permanently miss.
Huh.
Oh.
And the Chuckle
I didn't know
Beans
there
I
was.
toned down quite a bit as well. Also, reordered the items to make the more useful ones come later.
I'm now actually kind of curious. I did not know there is one you can permanently miss.
I hate those. I hate items that you can miss.
Technically, you can't permanently miss it, but it's at a point where you're only controlling Luigi, and if you don't get it when you're only controlling Luigi there, you can't go back there until after you get another hammer upgrade later in the game. And that will make you miss the, that would have, I think in earlier versions of this hack, you could miss the ultra rare item I'm talking about if you didn't get all the beans the first time around.
Okay. I did not know that. I'm definitely going to ask you when we're done with this recording specifically where that one is, so I can point it out when we get there.
Yeah, the guide I included in the PDF that came with this, it only has like how many beans there are of each type in every room. But I also had I provided a link to a video guide that sort of shows all of their locations.
That's actually another thing I wanted to thank you for. The video guide that you have on YouTube has also been very helpful for me doing this playthrough, actually.
For whatever reason, the audio glitched out a bit at the end of the bean video, but it's still watchable, and I'm pretty sure all the bean like footage is still there. This proves that.
Anyway, this is the final level of the minecart ride where I can finally explain kind of everything that's going on around here. So you'll notice, like in the fast forward footage earlier, that I'm using the flashlight to actually make some enemies go away. The bats and actually the little boos that you see, you have to shine a flashlight at to make them go away.
This game would be a lot better if there wasn't the flashlight gimmick and just like controlling both of them.
I think we're up to 25 beans right now, out of the 35 you need.
So yeah, I'll have to grind the mini games slightly to make it up to 35. But yeah, ultimately, when I'm done here, I'm going to have a total of 70 Woo beans, 35 He beans, and I forgot how many Who and Chuckle beans.
Yeah, also, since you didn't show it there, that minecart mini game, after you play that last level, if you play it again, then you'll just go through all the levels in sequence, and you'll keep playing until you miss a gem. And it doesn't matter how many times you get hit. And you get beans based on how many you picked up without missing one. Again, it's slower than doing the complete or the last mortar jump level.
Yeah, slow minigame. Anyway, there's a lot of Who beans hidden here, and I remember for the longest time in this game, even after I found the secret area that I'm currently in, I still had no clue what the purpose was, just because, I don't know why, I just never thought about jumping in that one room below the fence. So, I never found those beans. I don't know exactly what to say, but anyway, we've collected a whole lot of beans, but we're not quite done yet. me go ahead and take a look at all the beans we have, actually. Wow, that was pretty quick there. I think that was me looking, okay, I don't have enough. And that was me grinding who beans. Yeah, if you remember the Melacopia on the overworld, he just drops continual spinies, never ending. So I just kept fighting them until I had enough who beans. The other type of bean, however, the he beans, since I only get them from minigames, we're going to be doing a whole lot more border jumping, which I'm going to just happily fast forward for everyone. Unless you really, 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 really want to see some awesome jump rope action. Yeah, no. I didn't even bother fast forwarding this, I jump cutted it. Wow. Sometimes I forget what type of edits I use. Anyway, there we go. I kind of went through there fast, but I had 71 who beans and 35 he beans, which are the magic numbers. I think I technically need 10 of one of the other beans. I forgot at this point, actually.
Yeah, you need 10 of the who beans, and you can get that at this point. There's a couple still in the town, and a couple you missed before.
Okay, but either way, I have enough that we can now show off the famous Star Beans Cafe. I swear, this might be the only one in the Bean Town, but there has to be more of these things all throughout, like, the Mushroom Kingdom and the Bean Kingdom that the game doesn't show off. Because, I mean, these things have to be everywhere. In any case, the idea is if you bring all the beans that we're collecting to them, that's what lets us get our special items. And even better is not only do you get a special item, you get a drink that does something really special too. This was always one part of the game that always just was really, really weird to me. But that was back when I originally played the game and didn't know much about it, so I only made like the first couple of drinks. So I just didn't understand. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was pretty much the same way as a kid. This whole kind of section, I was like, what?
After every drink that we make, we get a new cutscene. And nearly every single one of them involves EGAD and is a Luigi's Mansion reference.
EGAD is the most underused Mario character, yet he's one of my favorites, so it really disappoints me.
He's actually the, I guess, founder of the Starbean system, so not only is he a scientist, he is a businessman too. Woohoo!
Woo.
Hooray for multitasking.
Heck, if Mario could have 3,000 jobs, why not EGAD?
So coming soon to your 3DS, EGAD the Plumber, where you actually do plumbing work, is EGAD. Actually, no, it's going to come out on the Wii U, and it's going to be the game that actually gets the Wii U off the floor.
The Excite Spring.
That's the first of our special items. That item, what it lets you do, and generally speaking, all those special items do special things, naturally. Excite Spring, if I'm remembering correctly, if you wear it, the bros that is wearing it, they can float a little bit in midair while dodging an attack.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Generally speaking, the Excite Spring and the related item that we're actually going to be getting shortly here that relates to the hammer, I generally don't use them, just because it kind of messes up my flow of battle. It's like, well, this bros can float and the other one can't.
Yeah, too bad you can't get two.
So yeah, 2 Excite Springs, both Mario Brothers can float. That would be quite interesting. So yeah, our other item, as I kind of hinted to, is the Power Grip. It's so bad. In actuality, it makes it so you never drop the hammer on hammer defense, so you can just hold down the button until you're ready to hammer the enemy. But in any case, we're about to learn the worst design failure you ever can make when making a place. He forgot to make a restroom. Just imagine you had a place built up, like you designed the floor plan, you know, you had it audited, you built the place, then you're like, oh, I forgot the toilets. What would you do? What would you do?
Hope that there's like a McDonald's next door and just run over there.
Could a business get sued if they don't have a restroom?
I'm sure
I'm
there's
asking this
regulations
seriously.
that say you have to have one.
You must have facilities.